Yep, we're back.
Okay, so craziest moment at the dealership. Absolute craziest event.
Okay, so we have a memento for this one. So this is, I think there's a year on there.
2011.
Yep, 2011. So Bike Fest, one of our biggest events of the year. Second biggest event is open house. Always have fun time at open house. Usually, we'll have, different vendors. We have a fashion show. It's just a good time to, start the riding season. Well, about 10 years ago, it's 2011. We knew
April 16th,
April
2011.
We already knew
We're all like 2011.
We already knew the weather wasn't going to be good for that weekend. So, we weren't expecting that big of a turnout. We had a pretty good turnout that year.
A lot of people.
Well, probably about 1 or 2 o'clock, it started getting really dark. Apparently the forecast was bad. So
at that time, most of the stuff was gone.
Yeah, most of the stuff was done. So the powers that be made the executive decision to kind of start closing things down early. Well, this was when we
had the shuttle.
Yep. And so this is typically when we do big events, we park at Dorothea Tech. So the customers have spots to park at. So our mom, Betsy, was like, girls, let's go get my car and bring it up so we don't have to go back and forth when we close the dealership. We're like, oh, okay. So we took the shuttle. At this point, it was really, really dark. We get into our car, starts raining. We turn on the radio. It was pouring. Turn on the radio. All of a sudden, we hear a tornado has touched down on South Saunders Street.
On South Saunders
Street.
QDR, and we're like, oh, shit.
And we're like, okay, at this point, 2011, we were how old? 16. And so we're like, okay, well, we probably need to get back at the dealership so we're not outside when there's a tornado. Mm-hmm. So, we're trying, Alex is driving. So, we're trying to, slowly see our way to the dealership.
And it's like sideways.
It was sideways.
There was like trash cans flying.
Yeah.
We were like,
we got this. Well, mom calls and she's just bawling. She's like, girls, which did not help. Our stress level went up here. Like, Mama, we're on our way.
It's okay.
Well, we get to the dealership, and at this point, I think, one of the power lines in the front all of a sudden drops. Uh-huh. And so there's sparks going all over the place. And we have to, to stop the car, and they'd had the doors closed, and, Chris open. He was Dave. Dave was like holding everyone.
He was holding close from the wind. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Nothing's getting into this.
Because the window had actually cracked a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think they were worried about, cracking more.
Yeah, so he was like, girls, run. So we literally just throw the car in park. And I think we even left the door open. We were just running straight to the door, and we got in, closed the door, and we're like, "Whew, everything will be okay now." So we were all just hunkering down and hoping storm passes.
All back to the building.
Well, all of a sudden, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Jackson.
No, it was Jason.
Was it Jason?
Do you remember Jason?
Jason Leonard?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
All of a sudden, you hear somebody yell, gas! Gas! Like someone smelled gas. So all of a sudden, everybody's trying
mass panic.
Yeah, mass panic. Everybody's trying to run for the door. It's still raining outside. So everybody's outside. We're trying to find shelter.
We all ended up. So at that point, it was the old parts, the clearance center. So we were all underneath that underhang, just chilling out.
Because the fire department had to come clear because there apparently was a gas break. And it was funny because this is when we couldn't drive. So our dad was supposed to pick us up.
We could drive, but he couldn't pick us up.
I don't think we had a car. I think he had dropped us off. So he came and picked us up. Well, we had called him and said, don't come. Well, sure enough, right after the tornado,
he just comes walking in.
He does not look bothered at all.
He was like, what's going on?
He just strolls right on in. He was like, hey guys, you ready to go? And he was like, you ready to go, guys? And we're like, there's a tornado outside. I think we're going to stay here for a little bit. He was like, okay.
And then we almost ran out of gas going home because it took us 3 hours, and we had 10 people in the car trying to get home.
Oh yeah, and we shuttled everybody home.
Yeah, and the traffic was crazy, and he had no gas, of course.
Well, that tornado actually ripped through our campus.
It completely
it came through what is building.
Because it hit Earps, didn't it?
Earps was completely
Earps was completely wiped down the seafood place. Then it came over and it touched down on our property because there's a whole new roof in one of those buildings that we got through the insurance because the tornado went right through the building and shredded building. I think it's where detail is now. So that would be building 3. So building 3, that tornado went right through that area and basically shredded that building.
Yeah, so we were very lucky that we really didn't get hit for that. But what is it? I think a couple weeks later, I think it was Dave. So Dave was like,
this was a Dave idea.
This was a Dave idea. So a lot of you probably have this T-shirt at home, but we made this T-shirt and it said, "I survived the Ray Price open house tornado," and we still kept that T-shirt.
Yeah.
But
that was pretty. I
wear every once in a while.
That was pretty crazy.
Just to remind people how crazy it gets. Like, this is crazy, but it gets crazy.
So we have pandemics, we have tornadoes, we've had hurricanes.
Oh yeah.
I have a crazy story of when we were in Vegas.
Oh yeah.
And because Alex, so we go to Vegas pretty regularly because of the company, because that's where the headquarters is. So to keep from spending a bunch of money, because Alex isn't a, she's cheap,
No.
which is good. We play the poker machines that are in the table that are like 10 cents.
Yeah.
Because we can play for hours and the drinks are free.
Yeah.
And we get on, we always come out on top. Well, after we don't lose, yeah. After a night of that at the Luxor, which is where we usually stay, we were crossing through the casino and they had a Harley-Davidson game.
He zoned in. He was like,
and I was like, we can win a bike. We had been playing poker at the bar for a while, so you know. Yeah, it was like 2 a.m. So we go, and it's like one of those slot machine things, right? How hard can it be? So we sit down, they bring us some more drinks, and we start putting it in. And I think did she have the video?
So I thought I had a video. It was one of those moments. No, there's no video. I looked for it, and I think it was one of those moments you thought you took a video or a picture.
I have it in my phone.
You do? That's where it was. I knew I had one.
So anyway, what happens is we hit like this jackpot. And it's going ding, 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 and everything's lighting up, and it's counting up how much you're winning.
And it was like
5,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, and I'm thinking in my head how we're going to split this money. That we got $30,000. It was points. We got $300.
$300.
I mean, hey, that's better than nothing, right, guys?
Yeah, and I think at the point you were already losing, like you lost like $100 or some dollars, so I split it with you and we broke even.
You did, yeah. Thank you very much. Like a true accountant, she broke me even. But that was pretty crazy because I remember feeling so euphoric that we were about to get $30,000 at this casino, and it failed.
Yeah,
but
I got 300.
Yeah, it was all right. The other thing that I thought was interesting is that was wild is when all the looting and stuff started, and my phone lit up with customers who wanted to come defend the dealership. And they all wanted to bring guns.
Oh, yeah.
And a shout out to the Tobacco Road defense team. You know who you are. That did come and spend the night with me. A couple of nights on the roof to make sure that we didn't have any problems here during all that stuff. And luckily, nobody came up this far. But they did get to the bottom of the hill at some point, and it got pretty crazy in Raleigh. But yeah, that was another moment for me that reminded me how dear our customers are and how much that they care about the store. So it was pretty cool. All right, well.
Was there one more story?
No.
I think that's it. Yeah. We've been going an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Jib jab.
So,
On
yes.
the way out.
Yeah. So we're
well, yeah.
Go ahead,
So
say
let's show
we can
the
play it.
let's show the jib jab
Yeah,
first.
we can play it. I'm sure.
This was one of
It doesn't really need an explanation, but.
it was one of our Christmas parties, and it was a surprise.
So one of the things that we love to do is we got the story. Do we want to do that one?
Do we want to do the story?
Which story?
The one like all of our with Jeff that everything started with.
Oh yeah, we could do that before the jib jab.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. So as everybody or most people know in the dealership, us and little Jeffrey have like a little competition going on. Like we'd love to prank each other. Like any opportunity we get, well actually that's anybody in the dealership. We just love to prank each other. So for our Christmas party every year, little Jeffrey, and he's been doing this for I can't remember how many years, a lot of years.
Yeah.
He picks on somebody to roast, and he either does it in the form of a poem or a song. Or typically, it's a song.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's this one particular year that he decided to roast motor clothes, and I can't remember what it was about, but it was.
He was mad.
I think
he had it out for you
I
that
think it was
year.
a little PG-13 or R. I can't remember what it was, so we won't repeat it. But we were like, you know what? We really need to get him back for this. So Alex and I were like, we gotta think of something. So one night we just decided to brainstorm, and we're like, we're gonna do a poem. So we decided to do a Night Before Christmas poem that would get back at little Jeffrey and roast him. So we wrote this, we printed it out one night.
We made Mom stay late night.
Yeah, Mom stayed late one night. And then she put it everywhere. We put it everywhere. Every computer, we just posted it right on there. So
it doesn't say who it's from.
Oh yeah.
So people just got there the next morning. They're like, what is
And there were these
this?
poems all over the dealership.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, you want to read it?
You want me to read it?
Yeah, you can read it.
Okay. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the shop, all the employees were working, yet ready to stop. The decorations were hung by Miss Jean and Miss Judy with care, and the hopes that St. David would soon be there.
Dave.
Yes. When out in the parking lot there arose such a clatter, we sprang from the counter to see what was the matter. To what do our wandering eyes did ride, but a tall, bald-headed man on a screaming eagle road glide. With his coffee mug in hand, you could hardly debate it. We knew in that moment it must be St. David. With his list in hand, the nice apartments he began to proclaim, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. O sales and O service, O rentals and finance. In this year's endeavors you had made quite the advance. But in the hearts and souls of all, everyone knows the best department of all is surely motor clothes. As he finished his speech, he began to say goodbye, when what did he spot but little Jeffrey with a tear in his eye? He looked up at St. David and began to cry, motor clothes and not us, why, oh why? St. David looked down with a cold, hard stare. Why, you ask? Because Parts is on a naughty list, he did declare. While the smiling motor clothes princesses wear their crowns, the only thing Parts employees don are permanent frowns. The girls clean and sweep and vacuum with pride as the dust and grime on the Parts side continues to reside. Day in and day out, your phone's running off the hook. Need I say more? He asked with a look. He concluded, don't worry, one day as great as motor clothes you might be, but until then, remember to respect their expertise. He strolled to his bike, his mission complete, and away he rode on his black cushiony seat. But we heard St. David exclaim as he rode out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
And the competition still happens.
And that's why we call him Little
and
Jeffrey.
Parts.
So, I'll be, writing something oh, go ask Little Jeffrey. And they're like, what are you talking about?
That's where the nickname comes from.
Yes. But this is one of the things we did at our Christmas party was Jib Jab. When that was a thing.
So yeah, we love to roast people. So this is one of the things that Alex and I put together just for shits and giggles.
2016. It was not. Hopefully you can hear it.
The Jeff. Okay.
Oh, is that Julian?
This is
Wow.
some of them are really old pictures, so you don't necessarily recognize
Right.
them.
They don't look the same anymore.
And he's smiling.
And he's smiling. Yeah. Julian doesn't smile very often. Oh.
I had to
That's
include this
Sam?
one. Yes.
Oh, he looks great with that hair, doesn't he?
I know what this is such a hint song.
And he's dressed very well again
Always.
in the jib jab.
And he's smiling.
Yeah. And we've seen him do that actually. Oh man.
Yeah, there's a lot more of them because it was on repeat for
Right. We played it the whole party
Yeah, I got service, I got motor clothes. I had the accounting department that was in the club. Oh.
Who is that?
Miss Jean and Miss Judy.
Salt and pepper.
Switches.
Oh no. Oh, that is hilarious. I don't remember this.
I know which one you do remember, but yes.
Miss Jean and Judy do love to dance.
They like to dance. Yeah. Not to this kind of music. Now, what's your favorite song? Stroke It.
If you had that, I would have done it. Yeah, one time for some reason I'm thinking it was Swingin', which is a country song too. They sound very similar. But Sam was like, what is stroking? So they started playing it. He's like,
Who is that?
it's Bill.
That's
I
Bill.
don't recognize it based
Wait
on
for
the
it, wait
song.
for it.
So relevant.
Yes! Oh, that is epic. I forgot. And that's before Tiger King.
It was before Tiger King.
Oh,
He's
Bill.
really always been the tiger. Tiger Queen, Tiger King.
He could totally have long hair. Oh my God. Oh.
This
No.
one was the best. This one, there was a good picture of Miss Jean on this one because she was just like,
She was in shock. Oh my gosh.
And it's so funny because you're bald.
I'm bald. Wow, how embarrassing. I am not part of the dance team though.
Not yet.
It's gonna happen eventually.
I don't know. Miss Jean, Miss Judy couldn't do it.
I know.
Oh. Wow. It gets worse. Stop the madness. It gets worse.
No.
With those little earrings. Oh, his earrings.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah.
You know, it might make we might see it again.
Oh no.
We might have to bring it back.
No. Oh boy. Okay, well, I guess that's it for tonight. Sorry that we left you with that visual. That's the end of the podcast. Couple things real quick. Shout out to Geico local office for helping us sponsor this podcast and for giving us support financially to make all this happen. Their number is 919-862-1300, 919-862-1300. Frank and his team will take good care of you for motorcycle insurance. We use them exclusively here at the dealership, and they've been a really good partner. They are also the title sponsors for the Bike Fest this year. And they have agreed to sponsor Bike Fest this year. And in our contract is a really interesting clause that I've never had to deal with before that basically said if COVID forces us to do the Bike Fest in a little different manner, that they're okay with that. And I thought that was pretty cool. So shout out to Geico Corporate and the Geico local office for helping us make some things happen here at the store. And thank you to Casey for helping us with the podcast tonight, our new marketing person here at Tobacco Road. And thank you very much, Twins of Tobacco Road, for coming on, spend some time with us. And
Anytime.
so thank you very much. And I guess we're going to sign off.